But we've got to do the things that are very clear that we need to do to turn this around. Remembering we can do it. We know that when you do it properly, you bring down those cases. We've done it. We've done it in New York. New York got hit worse than any place in the world, and they did it correctly.
Bitch. We don't have a Governor Cuomo here, which we desperately need, someone who's going to be guided by the facts and the science and the truth. This is a death cult, the Texas GOP. Only they want you to do the dying.
If you don't like our leadership here, why don't you get out of Georgia and see how that feels?
Forcing education of students back into a classroom in areas where the infection rate is going up or remaining very high is just plain dangerous.
I'm an Afro-Indigenous, non-binary local organizer here in Portland, organizing for the abolition of not just the militarized police state, but also the United States as we know it.
Yeah, and it's been a total mess. The presence of those federal troops made things worse.
And this is authoritarianism. These are paramilitary units. These are the kinds of things that we have seen in tyrannical, authoritarian regimes in third world countries.
What is he using them for? He's using them for crowd control, for repressing the right of people to protest. For a political stunt, obviously.
We are going to remain diligent, and if we see any steps out of line, particularly with DHS or Border Patrol, we are not going to hesitate to take the president to court.
I don't want to be overly alarmist about this, but I think this is the time to be alarmist, knowing where Donald Trump stands right now politically, understanding where we are headed in this election. I think we are looking at potentially a trial run for a kind of a genuine attempt to through intimidation and potentially through force to try to steal this election.
One of the things I think is important, I wish we taught more in our schools about the Islamic faith.
This is what would happen if you were an authoritarian president who was preparing to resist a loss in the election. You would be saying the things Donald Trump is saying, and you would be gradually rolling out federal police power into the states against the wishes of the mayors and governors in question.
He's blaming everything on the Chinese. He's blaming everything, and people don't make a distinction. As you well know, from a South Korean and someone from Beijing, they make no distinction. It's Asian. Nurses at Walter Reed Hospital who would bend down and whisper in my ear and go home and get me pillows. They would make sure they'd actually, probably nothing ever taught in, you can't do it in the COVID time, but they'd actually breathe in my nostrils to make me move, to get me moving.